Hey everybody, how you doing? The Thrustmaster T-LCM pedals are here and I have them hooked up. And I'm here to report that I am not happy. I am shit-faced ecstatic, giggling like a little child being tickled. Holy shit, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Man, I'm gonna have to put bananas into my diet because I am gonna be cramping up. Before we go any further, I want to direct you to the YouTube channel, the SimPit. I'll have a video in the description and linked in the comments that he talks about the Thrustmaster T-LCM, load cell pedal set, adjustments, calibrations, and installation. It's only about 20 minutes long. He goes through the springs and how to swap them out and how to adjust them to your liking. I found this a very useful video. Then he has other videos in the series about the T-LCM, his driving impressions, and so on and so forth. Alright, going to make this super quick. I'll probably get into more of this in more detail as time goes by. Man, this pedal set is so much heavier than I thought it would be. I think, I did see that it clocked in at 11 pounds. Compared to the pedal set that came with the T150, holy shit. I mean, you could throw this through a car windshield. Some of it is plastic, but most of it is metal. As of right now, everything is set up as stock as possible, using the calibration tool, the spring configuration that the pedals came with, and the pedal face placement. A note on the clutch, since I did not have that option in the other pedal set, and if you guys are not familiar with the clutch setup, you don't need the clutch to get into gear and to take off. However, the clutch appears to be tied to a certain speed, and then you cannot shift up or down once you've exceeded that speed, so then you have to use the clutch. I found that pretty interesting. I took all my cars to Martinsville to get everything tuned and calibrated, and I'll tell you, Martinsville has been one of my nemesis tracks, and there's some heavy braking on Martinsville. I knew the accelerator would give me some performance and smoothness, but wow, it is so much better than the pedals that I had before. And then the brake pedal, wow, like I said, right now I've just got the base spring kit in there, and I am standing on these pedals. The other pedals I was using my big toe. My rig is on a computer desk and I just use an office chair that has wheels and I'm being pushed backwards in the chair when I'm standing on this brake pedal. In fact, to calibrate it and to get to full brake, I actually have to hang on to the desk with one hand, otherwise my chair is scooting back. So I've got a possible fix for that. The gentleman that runs the SimPit, when I saw the video where he was doing his first impressions as he was actually driving, he said, this is completely different than anything that you're used to, coming from a pedal set like the T150 potentiometer pedal set. And he said, it's really different. It's a whole new ball game, if you're into this for the very first time on a set like this, a load cell set. However, he mentioned, and I've seen this already in just a few laps at Martinsville, he says, it doesn't take too long before your muscle memory starts to override all the bad habits that you had before, and I'm happy to report that I am kind of feeling that already. With the exception of the fact that I can't fully utilize the brake pedal because of my chair's not tied down. Once I get that into place, man, it's just going to be something else. So it's going to take a few days, maybe even a week, for me to get this all bolted together, if you will, and fine-tuned. And when I do so, I'll report back with the settings that I have and how I've got everything set up. When I first got into iRacing, I decided to go cheap, so I bought the Thrustmaster T150 wheel and pedal set. And that was a hell of a lot better than the Nascar 96 wheel that I had that was not force feedback. And I ran with that for a year. I just re-upped for a year here at iRacing. The steering wheel right now is serving me just fine. Steering does not seem to be a big issue. Where I was being hamstrung the most was with the pedal set. So I'm going to stick with the T150 wheel for now. No doubt a higher tech wheel might increase my performance a little bit, but the pedals are going to increase it a lot. So if you're in the same situation that I was, where your pedal set is all potentiometer based, I just strongly recommend you really look into the Thrustmaster T-LCM load cell brake pedal kit. And I'll tell you, it is just incredible how much better it really is. $200 is not that bad, even if you're working on a budget. As I noted, with everything just being in the stock settings here from Thrustmaster at Martinsville here in all the cars, I'm diving into the corners, I'm standing on the brake pedal, and not once yet have I locked the brakes up. If you're a regular viewer of my videos, you have seen me in all series lock up the tires in what appears to be a very easy manner, and that was when I had everything adjusted to deaden the pedal as much as I could to prevent that from happening. And wow, like I said, these pedals just light years ahead of what I had. One quick final note. If you have adjusted the force factor for the brake pedal in the iRacing options menu, for a load cell, you want to have that set all the way to 0. As I was calibrating the pedals, I noticed that the bars up in the icon were not moving. However, the horizontal bar that was showing the travel was moving. And then once I exited out of the options in the iRacing calibration mode, the bars up by the pedal set did show up. At first I was a little concerned that the computer wasn't recognizing it, but it did. Also, I have the pedals USB plugged directly into the computer. That gives you 16-bit connection rate. If I had used the R12 phone cord, if you will, and plugged into the wheelbase, that only gives you 12-bit. And you do want to have that on a 3.0 lightning fast USB connection. All right, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back with more information as I get this all dialed in, of course, and keep you up to date. All right, hey, thanks for coming along for the ride, and we'll see you next time.